Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey, here once again with another video on Arrow Season 7. So this week on Arrow we have the mid-season finale, which will have Oliver suiting back up as the Emerald Archer in a bit of a different way as we see him go around without a hood or a mask on. So that should be pretty interesting. We will most likely be getting the unveiling of the true identity of the new or fake Green Arrow that has been running around Star City since the beginning of the season. But we will also be getting some more of the flash forwards or the future storylines centered around William and Roy's return to Star City and the mysterious venture that a now supposedly deceased Felicity has sent them on. Now at the end of the most recent set of scenes from the future story, we found out that Felicity had last been in contact with someone called Blackstar, who had actually had a character description released a few months back where they were labelled as an underground fighter. Now, due to the fact we left off the flash forwards with that information, it would be natural and, well, it just would work that we would just pick up with them looking deeper into that and trying to locate Blackstar and find out what information they have and how useful they could be on their mission. Now, for those that have watched my videos on Arrow since that reveal of Blackstar as the person Felicity last contacted, you would know that we have been saying that Blackstar is most likely the character that has been called Maya in casting, and that will be played by Katherine McNamara this season, as that character had a very similar description to Blackstar, and you will see something soon that will make you go, oh, yeah, that is for sure Blackstar if you're going off that initial character description. So right here is our first look at Maya, who, as I said, will be played by Katherine McNamara, who some may know off Shadowhunters and some other stuff as well. Now, you can see she is cage fighting in a place that looks very underground-esque. So those character descriptions were right in regards to that. But there are actually some issues, I guess, with some of the stuff around this character that came out in the past 24 hours or so. Now, just to make clear, as I know someone will try and make this point in the comments, this character could just be in the present day stuff. However, there was a photo going around that I unfortunately can't find anymore. I might by the time I post this video, but at the moment I couldn't find it. But that photo had Ben Lewis, who plays future William, and Katherine McNamara on set in costume. So unless we are getting a present and future crossover episode or scene, it does seem that she is definitely in the future stuff. But yeah, as I said, this character is supposedly called Maya, as in M-A-Y-A. And that has been on a lot of the press releases, if not all of them, and Katherine McNamara herself has constantly referred to her as Maya and never really seemed to refer to her by any other name, and even on her most recent Instagram post, she still refers to her as Maya, as in M-A-Y-A. However, on this first look image of her that was just released, Warner Brothers has actually labelled her as Mia, as in M-I-A. Now, for fans of the Green Arrow comics, and I guess just DC Comics stories in general, as this character has branched out, the name of Mia really only points to one character, and that being Mia Dearden, aka Speedy. Now, yes, I know this could be a typo, but it is a very coincidental typo as Mia has such huge resonance, or resonance might I say, with the character of Green Arrow and just the mythos. But let's jump into what this could all mean going forward in Arrow this season. Now, I think this character that Katherine McNamara is playing will be the daughter of a character or characters that are still on the show currently or that have been on the show previously. And yes, there is a chance that she will have no affiliation with the characters on the show in regards to being their daughter, might I say. However, this is the future stuff, so I can't see them not making her the daughter of one of the relationships we have had on the show. And the two options I have are that she is either the daughter of Oliver and Felicity, which makes a lot of sense, seeing that they are the main couple on the show. But the other option actually opens up a very interesting storyline into not only moving forwards with the future story, but also diving into what happened with certain characters in the past, and that is that she could be the daughter of Roy Harper and Thea Queen. But first we will jump into what they could do with her this season if she is the daughter of Oliver and Felicity. Now in this case, the name Maya would make sense. I don't think it couldn't make sense, it's just a name. And she is the daughter of Oliver and Felicity. This would just follow a pretty basic storyline where they would be able to use her knowledge of her time in the underground, where we know Felicity was a bit of a figure, to lead them further down the road of succeeding with their plan. The biggest issue I think with this is the fact that these flash forwards are only set 20 years into the future. So if Maya is supposed to be the daughter of Oliver and Felicity, that would mean that they, as in Oliver and Felicity, in the present day have to really start, preheating that oven to, ready to put that thing on slow cook for 9 months. If you think about it, this character would most likely have to be born like the next 2 years or so at the most, at the latest. Now, is that possible? Yeah, completely, it's possible. But would they go through with an Olicity pregnancy on the show? Probably not. They seem like, especially a show like Arrow, like, and just superhero and comic book stuff in general, they try to stick away with pregnancies with main characters, like, or the main characters. Like, I really couldn't see Arrow going through with a pregnancy. The only thing that would really help this situation is if this season of Arrow is the last season of Arrow, so that pregnancy would happen after the show is finished in regards to the present day stuff. So they can say, yeah, Felicity gets pregnant in 9 months or like 12 months or something, but if the show ends this season, then we can, believe that because she gets pregnant after the show ends. But the second option, obviously, with this character is that they will actually end up being Roy and Thea's daughter, and that actually opens up a potentially really interesting storyline. Now, as I said, the image released actually labeled the character as Mia, not Maya. And if this was Roy and Thea's daughter, Mia, would be her name. I'm sold on that. Now, Thea Queen's full name on Arrow was actually Thea Dearden Queen, and I think even at one point she uses the alias of Mia Dearden. I can't remember what it was, I just remember in the back of my head that was used. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure she did use that. So if they named their daughter Mia and she ended up back in Star City, she probably wouldn't use the surname of either Queen or Harper because they'd be associated with Roy Harper and Oliver Queen, and there'd just be, issues and should be found out. So she would change it to, like stay undercover and just stay unnoticed by others. So taking up the name of Mia Dearden would make complete sense in regards to that. But the story that could come out of this could be great for not only her, but also Roy. We know Roy placed himself on Lian Yu, he put himself there, but why? Like, what happened to Thea? Like, did she die? Because if you remember back to either episode 1 or 2 of this season in those flash forwards, when William brings up his auntie Thea, Roy doesn't like snap back, but he isn't pleased and just tries to move the conversation along and sort of change the topic. Roy and Thea's relationship either ended in a very ugly way or in tragedy, as in, Thea dying. Another thing that this option has an advantage of over like Oliver and Felicity being the parents is that the pregnancy for Thea can happen off screen. We wouldn't have to have it incorporated into a season and go through the issues around it all. It just happened all off screen and we don't really have to worry about it. But through the introduction of Mia, we could really dive into what happened after Roy and Thea left Star City last season, what happened with those Lazarus pits, like when was Mia born, and how old she was when things sort of took a turn for the worse, and I guess more importantly, if she is really dead, who or what killed Thea. It could honestly be so interesting, and it would be really cool if Mia just basically took up her mother's mantle of Speedy and was sort of inspired, and that's what we see progress in the back half of this season now. I guess the big issue is like whether she would be an Archer or if they do something else with her. That's probably the big question. But, I think this just sounds really interesting and could offer a lot in the back half of the season if they do go along with it. But in regards to my overall thoughts, like what is the more likely of the two? Now, even though I've praised the latter, might I say, the former, as in the Olicity daughter or the daughter of Oliver and Felicity, actually seems like it's the most likely one because it's the easiest to incorporate. Obviously, Felicity tried to contact Black Star, so it'd be, I guess, make a lot of sense if she was trying to contact her daughter, if it was like a last sort of grasp before she died or supposedly died. So that makes sense in regards to that. Obviously, we don't know the whereabouts of Oliver in these future stuff as well. So the Olicity daughter, I think, is the most likely option, but I don't think it's like heavily ahead of the Roy and this character being like Mia and being the daughter of Roy and Thea. I think that actually works a lot more and actually offers a better storyline. But it just matters how much devotion can be given to this storyline. Like if they don't really have a lot of time with this character, then I guess the Olicity daughter one makes a lot of sense. However, they did get in Catherine McNamara, who is very, very popular on social media due to her role in Shadowhunters and some other movies. So you think they'd give her a decent role this season, and I think if they're going to give her a proper storyline and a decent role, then the Roy and Thea one, well, that she's the daughter of Roy and Thea, actually works out better for that. But we'll have to wait and see. It's hard to tell at this moment because we've just got a promo image and that's it. But in regards to Catherine McNamara's role this season, a lot of people have been asking me this ever since this promo image came out, and also when I talked about her, I think last week sometime. I think she's meant to be a recurring role this season. Obviously, it's not a main because the flash forwards aren't every single episode. Obviously, they could be every single episode when we move into the back half because there might just be a lot of stuff going on there. But at the moment, because it's only one every like 2 episodes, or they do like 2 episodes and have a break, then 2 episodes and take a break. It's not all the time. So, you know, I think she's going to be there till the end. They've hyped up her role this season. There's been a lot of talk about it. So I'd have to say she's going to have a decent role. And just because of what she was doing before this, like Shadowhunters and stuff like that, I don't think they'd give her a disappointing role. So I'm expecting a lot from her role, just in regards to being badass and stuff like that. And I've even asked one of my friends who watched Shadowhunters about her, and she was saying that, yeah, Catherine McNamara is really cool in the show, and she says that she'd probably fit Arrow. She's only watched a couple of episodes of season 2, but from what you can see from season 2 of Arrow, she's like, yeah, she'd probably fit that role if she has like a decent, you know, character to play. But yeah, guys, that's it. So if you enjoyed the video, it'd be awesome if you could drop a like on it to show support. Let me know in the comment section down below your various opinions on what we went over in this video. Which of these characters do you think is more likely? Do you think she's going to be Maya and be like the Olicity daughter, so the daughter of Oliver and Felicity? Or do you think she might be Mia and be Roy and Thea's daughter? Just let me know what you think in the comment section down below in regards to all of that. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. I'll catch you later, guys. Goodbye.